Hello, hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to the Shapeshifting Detective. In the last episode, we have transformed into all of the current cast. We've spoken to everyone as everyone. We are good to move on to the next chapter. However, Brandon in the comments did remind me I should just check in with everyone first, just in case anything new has unlocked. So,
boot heel, wiping his mouth with a now bloody
we're going to
sleeve.
very quickly
He reaches
visit
into
everyone.
his jacket.
Before you even open your mouth, I'd just like to remind everyone around here that I did not kill Dorota. Question after question after question after question. If Chief DuPont thought it was me, I'd still be at the station. So can we please talk about something else?
Oh dear. I have pissed Violet off. Oh no. No regrets. No regrets at all.
Over at the girl and calls
I'ma
out,
piss off
"Hey,
everyone.
you!" And then more
Okay, nothing new with you.
blood-drenched body. The girl sighs and turns her attention to
Rayne. I think he's probably bricking it because he's worried about the police being suspicious of him.
So he did.
Of his
I did them a
past.
favor. And I gotta
Let's
meet...
see. Okay, she seems pretty chill. She's alright.
slowly towards Lung. And what did you want exactly?
Okay, let's...
Lung steps backwards
Visit
in rhythm with the
Chief.
girl.
Ooh. Violet says her statement's in your office?
It is, and that's where it's staying. You don't need to see it, Sam. Violet can get confused at times. Just keep doing what you're doing and we'll get along fine.
Sir, Chief, no. It's been a little while since I last played the Shapeshifting Detective. However, I do remember the tarot readers were a little concerned about Violet because they hadn't seen her in the guest house. Or at least Bronwyn hadn't. I believe we were Lexi. At the time, she was saying how she hadn't seen Violet in the guest house, yet Violet is saying, oh, I can't remember where I was, but I was probably at the guest house. So and if she can't remember, if she genuinely can't remember where she's been, then, to be honest, her statement wouldn't really be much good unless, you know, she's lied and the chief has given her a false statement where it's like, oh yeah, I remember exactly what I was doing. I did this at this time, and I was, you know, in the guest house, nowhere near the murder site. Ooh, Chief, no. Rupert Booth played such a nice character in Jenks. Jenks was a proper stand-up guy. He wouldn't have fucked about with the evidence. He went around telling everyone to rock on, you know, just proper stand-up dude stuff. I'm like, Chief, don't let me down. Don't let me down.
And lights it.
Yeah, we've been to see everyone.
Cough.
There's nothing new.
Coughing like it's her first
Let's move
smoke.
on.
It's 6 o'clock and you're listening to Radio August. Police investigating the murder of Dorota Shaw are appealing to the community to help catch her killer. The body of 21-year-old Miss Shaw, an accomplished cellist, was found in her home last night. Police are describing the murder as a violent and despicable act. Monroe?
It's just terrible. Meanwhile, out of respect for the victim and her family, this weekend's Tulip Festival has been postponed. New dates will be announced shortly, so do stay tuned to Radio August for updates.
I heard Dorota Shaw was due to play this weekend.
At the Tulip Festival?
Indeed. I understand why they'd want to postpone it. Tonight the weather will be mostly dry and warm, but be on the lookout for dark clouds on the horizon, as there may be scattered showers. Best take an umbrella, Monroe, so you don't get wet.
I like getting wet. That's 6 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
I'm just like, Monroe, you need to be careful saying stuff like that on the radio, because there will be creepers out there. There will be creepers who listen to your attractive voice and start doing weird shit. Okay, yeah, we've investigated everything. Next chapter, please.
Issues in different aspects of her life, and
we can now visit Oscar.
It's a perpetual.
Any more news on Oscar Wainwright?
Who's on your suspect list?
Just the tarot readers. No one else is remotely suspicious compared to them.
Oh God, He's going off who is suspicious rather than what does the evidence say. And I'd add Violet. It's not the tarot readers. I'd add the boyfriend. What about Dorota's family? We can't definitively say it's not the tarot readers. We've found no evidence that either implicates or exonerates, so we can't say it's not them. I would personally add Violet, because she has no alibi. But he's gonna get really pissed off about that. And we haven't met the boyfriend. It seems a little unfair. Here's the thing, in cases of murder, the majority of times, it is either someone the victim knows or it's their partner. That is fair. Do her family have an alibi? What about Dorota's family?
Dorota's an only child. She lived with her mum and dad. Monday night was movie night, so they'd go and watch the 8 o'clock at the Odeon. Dorota would get the house to herself. They're devastated, naturally. They left town to stay with relatives. They didn't do it, Sam. Although, perhaps I should have made them stay.
Okay, so they do have alibis. There will be CCTV of them entering the cinema. And presumably there would be CCTV inside. Not inside the actual theatre, but there would absolutely be CCTV within, like, the lobby and all of those kind of areas. So yeah, they have alibis. Okay. I don't really think we need to ask this. I'm pretty okay so far. I might do this at the end. Maybe at the end of the chapter, just as a little recap.
Row on row of teeth, too impossibly large.
You know what?
to
Let's
fit in a
start with
room.
Oscar. He's
And
new.
yet,
Who are you?
I'm a shapeshifting detective. Hey, I'm Sam. The Shores hired me to investigate the murder. Let's not. Again, I'm trying to not get caught. I'm Sam. The Shores hired me to investigate the murder.
Right, because the local police are so rubbish. It's been a day, a whole day. It's typical of them.
I'd just like it pointed out, it's relatively rare for a murder to be solved within 24 hours. And it hasn't been 24 hours yet. It's getting up there. It's getting there. It's been like 20 hours, but I'm like, how high is this man's expectations of the police force? Flippin' heck. Did you see Dorota yesterday? What can you tell me about Dorota's parents? How long were you dating Dorota and leave? Okay, let's start at the top. Did you see Dorota yesterday?
Yeah, I went round there in the afternoon. Her parents were at work, and we were, hanging out. I left at about 5.
Where were you at 9 p.m. last night?
Playing football. It was just 5-a-side. Finished at about 9:30. I called her, but she never picked up.
Okay, so he has an alibi too. What can you tell me about Dorota's parents?
Not much. They always seemed happy to see me. I don't think they meant it. They wanted Dorota to focus on her music.
How long were you dating Dorota?
Not long, a couple of months maybe. We did care for each other.
Okay. Any idea who would do this to her? Was she seeing anyone else? That is an interesting question. But I think it's just gonna make him emotional. You know, oh, how dare you slag off my girlfriend? How dare you say that she was cheating on me? I can't believe you do this, blah, 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 blah. It's probably just gonna make him closed off to us. Maybe he knows if she has any kind of enemies or out like that, anyone who didn't particularly like her. Any idea who would do this to her?
No one. She was really popular.
I think the fact that she was popular, how do I put it? People who are popular often have enemies. They just hide. They hide behind false smiles of like, oh hey Dorota, yeah, oh your music's going so great, isn't it, you lucky bitch? You know, like, oh no, I didn't say anything. I fucking hate you, I'm so jealous. Like, in a way, the fact that she was popular makes me... It kind of makes me more suspicious of everyone. Less so the tarot readers, because they were new in town. They wouldn't have had time to develop any kind of jealousies, but the regular citizens of August, people who have lived there for years, jealousies and resentments, they do grow, and they bubble and brew, and occasionally... you know, the pot can overflow. So again, that makes me less suspicious of the tarot readers, in a way. Is it possible the killer was hiding in Dorota's room?
What, you mean watching us? That's disturbing. No, it couldn't have been. The only place he could have hidden would be in the closet, and I suppose someone could have hidden in the closet.
Must be a big closet. Have you hidden in there before? Why would he hide in the closet? That seems weird to me. I think I'd rather try and, you know, figure out the dimensions of the closet. That seems more logical. Must be a big closet?
Yeah. It's big enough for two people to have sex in. Or not for us.
Okay! I did not need to know that, but okay, good for you, Oscar. Dorota liked to experiment. What would it matter if she liked to experiment? What would it matter? She's dead. I'm a very big fan of true crime. There is a point to this story, don't worry. I'm a very big fan of true crime. I like to watch true crime documentaries, you know, when I'm eating my dinner, when I'm ill. I find them comforting, don't ask why. One I watched recently was on the murder of Grace Millane. She was a British backpacker in New Zealand, and she met a guy on Tinder. They went on a date, and basically he choked her to death. And his defense was, oh, she told me about 50 Shades of Grey, and she likes BDSM, and she wanted me to choke her a little bit. Now, he claimed he was an accident. However, the coroner basically deduced that he would have had to choke her for at least 3 minutes. At least. However, it was probably closer to 10. Like, that's not sexy. Like, she'll have lost consciousness at some point, and he had to keep on choking her out. That is not sexy. However, during the trial and in the media, it focused less on, oh, did he kill her? And more so, was Grace a depraved slut who liked BDSM and all of that? And it was disgusting. It was absolutely disgusting. And this kind of reminds me of that. It doesn't matter if Dorota liked to experiment. Her sex life probably didn't have anything to do with her murder, considering that, you know, her partner has a cast iron alibi, so he probably didn't strangle her during sex. And here's the thing, if she was having an affair, and, you know, she invited someone up and was like, hey, choke me out whilst we do it, they should have stopped. You know, oh shit, she's lost consciousness. They shouldn't have kept on strangling her, so that if she liked to experiment, that shouldn't matter. That shouldn't matter. She is dead. She got choked out. Whether that was a consensual choking that turned into something terrible, that is irrelevant. Someone is still responsible for her death, and we really shouldn't be shaming her choices. I don't like that. What was in the closet?
Clothes, mainly. I did see something that freaked me out a bit. She had a wedding dress in there. She knew I'd seen it, but we never talked about it. Not even as a joke.
I mean... Okay, let's say it was Dorota's. You know, that would imply she was a bit of a bunny boy. Oh, here's the thing. Just because she bought herself a wedding dress doesn't mean she was like, oh, I want to marry Oscar. She could have been like, I've seen the perfect dress for my future wedding, I'm gonna buy it, and when I find the right one, I'll wear it. It doesn't necessarily mean that she bought it because she wanted to marry Oscar. Hell, it could have been a mum's wedding dress, and they were storing it in Dorota's closet because she had the bigger closet. Like, there could be a very innocent explanation to that.
Than any living being.
Okay, back
But
to the
the
guest
work
house.
kept him going. It had to. Dimitri kept reminding the others and him.
Why would someone kill Dorota?
She flaunts herself. Her body. Had boudoir photographs taken. Who do you think those photos were for, Sam? Her mother?
Maybe they were for herself? Just because someone takes sexy photos, that doesn't mean they're gonna send them to people. Maybe she was just a very confident girl who was like, you know what? I like my body. I like how I look. I want some sexy, risque pictures taken so that I can look at them and be like, damn, I'm hot. Like, maybe that's who they were for. They were for herself. Who were they for? Sounds like you know a lot about Dorota. Ooh. She did claim that she didn't really know this girl. I'm drawn to this. Sounds like you know a lot about Dorota.
Not really, just gossip. Apparently she went to have some portrait photos done and started stripping off. Weston's photographic. Zach Weston. He'll get himself into trouble one of these days.
Why trouble?
If you keep taking pictures of pretty girls in their underwear, somebody's going to get upset.
Madam, it kind of sounds like you're upset. Do you think Oscar killed Dorota?
Vicar's son? No, as far as I can tell, Oscar is a good boy. But we've all got different faces now, haven't we, Sam?
What do you mean by that? What do you mean about that? No, let's not get caught. Let's just play innocent, play dumb. Different faces?
The masks we wear. I could be a satanic cultist behind closed doors, but you'd never know. Would you, Sam?
I find it very interesting that she's placing so much vitriol on Dorota, yet when she talks about Oscar, oh no, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. How do I put it? It takes two to tango, shall we say. And very clearly, from what we just heard, Oscar is not as innocent as she is making him out to be. She's kind of painting Dorota as this seductress who, turned the good vicar boys head and, all of it. Oh, he's completely innocent. She's a whore. Why isn't he a whore? By your standards, if she's having a load of sex and she's a whore, Oscar is just as complicit in that sex, so why isn't he a whore? What did I say about popular people? What did I say? Jealousies and resentments. Tell me about Zach Weston.
Zach's the local photographer. You should go and talk to him, Sam. You're good at talking.
You know where he is?
At Weston's Photographic, off the high road. It's late, but he's always there.
How do you know that? Am I supposed to know where he is? She literally just told you his address or the rough area of his address? How do you know that?
I have a good memory. I'm still holding grudges from when I was 4.
I can't be mad at that level of pettiness. I'm like, good for you, Violet. You be petty.
Dr. Sheffield, do you read me? Dimitri was startled by the sudden voice in his ear.
Did you know Dorota's boyfriend? Lexi says she was in her room last night. Oh, we're confronting people. We're tearing apart people's alibis. Oh, God. Did you know Dorota's boyfriend?
Yes, he came to see me. He wanted to know that she was okay, spiritually speaking.
Oh. Did he tell you anything about Dorota? You contacted Dorota's spirit. Ooh. Oh, both of these are good. Because on one hand, he might have said something about Dorota's, social circle or her last day that would be very interesting. Or, if they did contact Dorota's spirit, maybe she said something about the murder. Oh, here's the thing, she's a tarot reader. But that's no guarantee that she contacts spirits or the like. Damn, I like these. I like the both of them. I have been playing Sam as very interested in the supernatural. So go on, we'll stick with the character. You contacted Dorota's spirit?
No. I wouldn't know how. I'm a tarot reader, not a medium. Maybe I should have pretended, though. Made up some fake message from her to give him some comfort.
Why didn't you make up a fake message? Because that would be just cruel? I've said this before. I do and don't believe in the supernatural. There is far more in this heaven and earth than, our mortal minds could ever possibly comprehend. Maybe ghosts do exist. Maybe there are people who can talk to ghosts. However, a lot of mediums who are, oh, your baby died? I can contact the other side and see if the baby's okay, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, that's just picking on people who are grieving. Especially if you were intending to charge them money. Like, oh, I can get in contact with your deceased 4-year-old for, £100. I'm like, that's sick. That ain't right. Yeah, she didn't make up a fake message because it'd be wrong. It'd be wrong.
I don't actually believe in the spirit world. Well, not as you know it anyway.
That's interesting. Alexi says she was in her room last night, not yours.
Oh, she gets easily confused. Youth of today.
Bronwyn, tell me the truth. You're lying. We know she's lying, but let's try not to be quite so accusatory. Bronwyn, tell me the truth.
Fine. Jeeve Tupon was breathing down our necks, so we thought it would be simpler if we stuck together. If these walls weren't separating our rooms, then technically it'd be true.
Why did you lie about your alibi? I mean, I can guess the answer to this. It's because the chief is harassing them. Why did you lie about your alibi?
To protect Lexi. None of this is her fault, and she gets anxious easily. I was just trying to take the pressure off. I'm sorry, Sam. I never usually lie.
What about Rayne? What were you doing in your room? Here's the thing, I'm inclined to believe her. I'm inclined to believe her when she says that we were both in our rooms, but, you know, she was panicking, so we decided to say we were in the same room. But that does leave Rayne absent, for want of a better word. What about Rayne?
Rayne's a big boy, he can handle himself. Besides, I'd be highly suspicious if Rayne claimed to be doing anything else other than reading on a Monday night. That's pretty much all he does every night.
He awoke later that night, startled by the sounds of loud whispering.
I can't remember what Rayne said his alibi was. I think he did say he was in his room, but
used to the dark, so
I can't remember much
listened
beyond that.
intently.
Sam, what can I do for you?
How did you get Dorota's name from the tarot? Lexi mentioned you're here to do a job. A job, not a chob. And where were you before August? How did you get Dorota's name from the tarot?
We didn't. Lexi used a Ouija board to get the name.
Oh. So the tarot didn't tell you?
It kinda did. It's hard getting an exact name out of 78 cards. But considering we'd never heard of Dorota Shaw, it painted a pretty good picture otherwise.
Couldn't you use the Ouija on its own?
No. Lexi needs to give it context from the tarot reading. A lot of the time it comes up with nothing. Or a sordid comment directed at Lexi. I think that's why she keeps using it, to be honest.
Nice. Tell me more about the Ouija board.
Once we thought there was going to be a murder, Lexi used the Ouija board to find out the victim's name. It spelled out Dorota.
How does it work?
Just... This is going to sound weird. Most people believe Ouija boards contact the dead. So if Lexi contacts a dead person, that person needs to know what happens in the future. Ergo, maybe the person she's contacting is from the future. A time traveller who died here.
I feel like we're going down the rabbit hole again. I use that phrase so often in, when I was Let's Playing The Infectious Madness of Dr. Decker. Just going down that path of everything getting weirder and weirder. However, considering we are a shapeshifter, I'm not quite so afraid of that this time. Time travel is real?
Yes. Well, not just time travel, time and space travel is also possible. If we accept the fact there are multiple realities, we must also accept there are others like us who found a way to travel between these realities.
Alexi mentioned you're here to do a job?
We're trying to save people.
That's just harsh. That's harsh. No, go. Where were you before August?
Birmingham. We couldn't save anyone there either. The problem with travellers is... Let's put a pin in this one, Sam.
I want to know more. I want to know so much more. Birmingham? Travellers?
let me ask Bronwyn. If she says it's okay to talk about it, it's okay to talk about it.
Ha ha ha! She's going to say it's okay, because it's going to be me.
Down there? Dr. Whitfield asked. All we heard was static.
And Lexi.
Hi, Sam. Back for more already?
Oh, always. Always. Did you know Dorota's boyfriend? Why did you lie about your alibi? Tell me about your Ouija board. Tell me about the traveler. Oh, God. We're pitting them against one another. You know what, actually? Oh, I apologise if you heard my stomach rumbling there. It's around dinner time and I've yet to eat. What I was going to say before that is I am just about out of time for this episode, so I am going to stop right here. In the next one, we have a chat with Lexi. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.